Oh, hi guys. So, I'm going to test this out. Give me 1 second. The last video that I did, recording with software, looked really bad. It lagged and jittered and had a lot of... Ooh, okay, that's cool. It crashed. Well, let's wait for that to... Let's try it again, I guess. Had a lot of crashing and lagging, and no, that was not what happened in last week's video. Last week's video was choppy and laggy, and ooh, that's great. That's great. Man, that sucks. So, hopefully, we'll get it back to working normal here. The game didn't have an issue. It was the video last week that we did this. All right, I'm gonna go a little bit slower here. Job market, freight market. Okay. So we're going out of Hamburg, but we're gonna come right back to Hamburg. That's the deal. Because I want to stay in Hamburg. That's not far. I kind of would like to stay on land. That looks like a good one to me. I like taking equipment like that. So I think I know what caused the lag last week, and we're gonna test it again this week and see if we have an issue, and hopefully we don't. No issues with lag or choppiness or whatever. And if all is good, then I know that we've got a good recording software. The quality was great. The picture quality, the audio quality, everything was wonderful. It even showed up as 1080p 60 frames per second, which is exactly what I want it to do. My other recording software was not 60 frames per second, so this is picking up more frames and taking up less hard drive space, so that you just can't get any better than that. But the issue last week that I was having is that it was just laggy and choppy the entire video. And I think that was because I was playing in windowed mode. I usually play the game in windowed mode when I stream, so that I can see chat at the same time as play the game. It does do a little bit of lag for me when I play. Ooh, there's a curb. That was smart. But I didn't expect it to go that bad. So yeah. I'm just going to take this little short load, and I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Obviously, it's going to be the bonus video 2 weeks later, because this week's bonus video is already up. Or not up, but it's already uploaded. It's scheduled for Sunday. I did set a bind on my controller, so I can actually set my cruise and up it all the way, even though I ain't never going to go that fast. And now I'm set to 165, and so the truck will automatically go up. That was my biggest thing. I hated having to wait to get all the way to the speed that I wanted to set the cruise. I didn't have a bind set up to increase the speed automatically for me. So anyway, so far, like gameplay, everything looks good. I'm not lagging or jumping around or jittering or any kind of issues. So I may just have to play in full screen, which is odd because usually full screen runs worse than windowed mode in most games. But for this game, for my particular setup, that is, it runs better full screen than it does windowed. And also, I don't know why, but at some point my graphics got turned down, so I've turned them back up to ultra, and I can notice a major difference. The road quality is just amazing. So, unfortunately, this video won't be up in time so I really shouldn't even say anything, but I've already mentioned it now, so I have to say it. On Saturday, Halloween night, we're planning on doing a convoy party, because not everyone celebrates Halloween or does stuff for Halloween. I particularly am not going to. I've by choice have chosen not to. So I don't much like the holiday. I don't think it's a holiday in my opinion. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It's just not something that I like nor celebrate. So we're not doing candy. We're not doing anything. We're going to sit here. We're going to play Euro Truck Simulator, and I'm going to live stream for hours upon hours. And unfortunately, it's already happened by the time this video goes up. But you know, if you're paying attention to my live stream, which you should have been, then you probably got in on it. And yeah, anyone that joins the live stream is welcome to join. I'm going to have links in the live stream, but I already have a group of people separate from the live stream that will be joining me on TeamSpeak, and we're going to start in Hamburg, which is why I want to keep my game in or around Hamburg, or buy the garage in Hamburg. Right now, I don't have enough money. I think it was 160 or 180. I'm going to set my goal to 180. As you can see, I got 103. So either between me just driving and my drivers giving me more money, or me driving myself and getting more money, hopefully we can get up to 180 and buy that garage. So, while I've got 2 hours to talk, not literally 2 hours, but 2 hours of driving, I did want to cover something else. There's a lot of people putting their speculation out there about multiplayer, and I just wanted to try to clear some things up about that. When multiplayer for Euro Truck Simulator came out, it was a shit show. I mean, it was horrible. Like, there were so many trolls, and they would just ram you off the road on purpose, and it was just a mess. And you know, the people who made the multiplayer mod seen that, they seen the complaints, and within just a week they added admins to the game. And it's real simple. You just do /report, and you can report anybody for anything and have an admin check them out. And this server, even at this point, like middle of the night, right now, what's the time? Hold on. It is, well, it's 11 p.m. That's not quite middle of the night. But at 11 p.m., there's still 300 people on this server. So with that amount of people, there's always admins online. So you don't have to worry about it. I mean, if you guys, obviously, if you're watching my videos, you know, because every video I make is online, I've never encountered a troll or a situation where there was a huge traffic jam because of trolls, even though I would enjoy that. I mean, a traffic jam is realistic. It happens. So, that would be fun. So, I just wanted to point out that multiplayer is not nearly as bad as some people claim, especially those who never played it. So it's important to judge for yourself and not always listen to what other people have to say. I was listening to a guy live on Twitch the other day talk about how horrible multiplayer was, and he was going through all kinds of reasons and things about why multiplayer was just this horrible thing. And so I wanted to try and touch on a few of those before I end the video. Obviously, the first one was trolls. There are absolutely no trolls. I mean, even if there are, that problem has been solved at this point with the mods or the admins in game. So that is a null point. Another thing that they were saying was an issue is how your money works. Yeah, you do make less money on multiplayer, and not that you make less money for doing your work, but time ticks by realistically. As you can see, it's 22:39, 22:40, and you can watch that 22:40. It's staying there. It's a more realistic time. It doesn't pass by 1 minute a second like it does in single player. When I stop and take a rest, it doesn't pass by 12 hours just because I stopped and rest. When I drive right on a ferry or a boat, it doesn't pass time 12 hours just like it would in single player. So yeah, you're not making as much money off your drivers because time's not actually passing. Even though you know it says you're taking a 12-hour ferry ride to another city, then 12 hours doesn't actually pass, and it literally does happen within seconds. So yeah, you're not making money off your drivers for that, but your drivers are still driving. You're still making money in that sense because time is still passing. So it just takes a lot longer for your drivers to actually make you money. You still make money from the drivers, it just takes longer. And no, the drivers aren't AI in the game. There are no AI in the game when you're on multiplayer, so it's just other drivers. Your drivers are driving, but you will never see them, you'll never meet them on the road, nor will anyone else. There are not any AI drivers. So, that was one of the many things that was being discussed the other day about how multiplayer would be bad because of this or that, and no, it's really not that bad. If anything, I kind of like that the traffic is gone just because we're in multiplayer. You know, I normally would run that, but I just feel the sudden urge to stop and look. Never hurts to look, I guess. So, if you have any questions about multiplayer or speculations that you'd like solved, feel free to leave a comment. I'll answer any question about multiplayer. I'm a strong believer in multiplayer. I've played this game single player, and to be perfectly honest with you, I did not play this game enough to even say that I owned it until multiplayer came out. And honestly, I don't even know how many hours I have on this game. I'm going to look before we end this job. I'll look on Steam and see exactly how many hours. So, if I had to take a guess, I would say that I didn't play this game for any more than 6 hours since I bought it. I like the game, and I've done a lot in single player, so maybe I did more than 6 hours. But the thing is, wow, I probably did a lot of that too. The thing is, I never really enjoyed the game until I got multiplayer. Until I was able to, interact with other people and just make it a fun experience. And there's my phone. By the way, I got my iPhone. I don't know if I told you guys. Probably didn't. I haven't yet made a 4K video. I'm going to. It's on my list of things to do. And there goes my phone again. Oh, I didn't do that right. Yeah. You can tell it's been a few days. Been a few days since I've played. I'm going to really crank it in there now. I cranked it too hard. It's crooked. This is embarrassing. I usually do a lot better, I promise. Just go back and watch some other videos. I do a lot better. It's straight. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to tab out right quick and just look at my hours because I want to see. I too am curious. I want to see how long I played this game. And most of these hours, I'd say 3/4 of these hours are multiplayer. I have 111 hours. And a great majority of that was on multiplayer. And funny enough, a great majority of that was on this profile. I wish I could see how many hours I've actually played on this profile. Can I see that? Is that possible? I mean, here's my driving distance, but that doesn't really give me a... Let me see. Profiles. Yes. 56 hours, 36 minutes total on this particular profile. I do have this one that I play around with mods on, and it owns like every garage, so that's the reason I did it. But this one is a legitimate one. I started it from 0, absolute nothing, online only. I've never played this profile in single player. It's always been online. That was my intention, to start out online and drive only online. And that's exactly how I wanted it. So, alright, well, I just got 3 text messages, so I'm going to stop recording, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully this works out good.